Yeah, welcome.
I'm
Red.
doing well. How are you? Well, besides being tired, I guess. You're here, so that's good.
You know, coffee is for losers. I'm kidding.
It is.
I'm
I
just
drink
saying.
tea. I'm like 3/4 done this, then I'll be on to the next one,
I
right?
had coffee last week. That's why I'm saying that. I was a loser last week, but now I am. I don't know. I'm happy, by the way, that FE Beginners is being used. That's pretty cool. The entire server's not live stream, so it's nice to see other channels get love.
I agree. And there's a person in there that we checked in yesterday, and she sounded pretty awesome actually. She's into a bunch of stuff, so that's good that she came back. We didn't scare her off.
I should also say, I'm trying to think of how to word this correctly. I wrote this in silver text, but not everyone checks it. So today, December 4th, is going to be the last Precious Metals Takeover of 2021. We need preparation for the 2022 year, and it's also important to spend time with family and friends, so.
Yeah, I won't
Yeah.
be around. My friends are coming in. This is when everybody starts coming back home, right? So.
And I'm also gonna be in a car going to Florida
Oh yeah, yeah. So
for like 18 hours straight, starting at 6 a.m.
straight. Like, do you guys rest at all, or just straight through?
No, it's straight through, all the way to
Wow.
Jacksonville.
Do you guys like take turns driving or
No,
Whoa.
I don't have a license. I'm pathetic.
What? That doesn't make you pathetic.
Yes, it does. Okay, it makes me
There's
lazy.
lots of people that don't have it just depends. Like, I don't know. That's what I've noticed. Like some people, especially if you live in a city or whatever, some people don't need a license right away, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do, right? Like, everything's in walking distance for the most part, but like.
Yeah. See, that like I get that because where I grew up, I remember when I first heard somebody didn't have a license, I'm like, well, how do you get places? But I mean, it's just like where I live, like the buses don't go where I live. You drive. That's how you get around.
Um,
Is Helio awake? Are you there, Helio? Or is there Spiral of Love, maybe? We just need an announcement.
yeah, we need
Anybody's there.
PNT announcement. I would like it if Tap could come back, because it's been a while and I heard he's active again.
Really? Yeah, I mean, everybody's welcome to join.
Also, random announcement. I've been making progress on my second album. It's not gonna release this month, though. It'll release next year. So that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Good.
Sweet. I can't wait for it. Yeah, I'm awake. What do you guys, you need me for something? I was
Yeah.
just listening. What's up?
I will, if you can post an announcement, I'll DM it to you, and then if you could just post it in an announcement.
I can't post an announcement for some reason. Yeah, there's only certain, I'm not that privileged.
Okay.
As far as I know, let me check. I don't think I can. No, I don't have permission to post announcements. That's pretty weird.
Okay. No problem. Thanks, Helio. Thanks anyways.
But I'm recording it. I'm recording this. I did start recording, so.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
So I'll be posting it later on the channel. So
Appreciate it.
appreciate you guys. You guys are great. I'm gonna jump off. I'll see you later.
Thanks.
Okay, see you. Bye, Helio. All right. Shall we get to the question then today? Hopefully, somebody can post an announcement.
I'm just gonna write a mod ping, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I was just gonna see if Roger was around, but I don't see him.
It doesn't let me ping mods.
What?
Oh wait, did they remove mod ping? No, that's weird. I can't ping mod ping. Oh, here it is. Discord updates are weird. Okay. Yeah, you can get to the question if you want.
Okay. Let's start at the bottom today. Well, I'll try cut this shit, but I doubt he will unmute and answer the question. But hey, we gotta try, right? Will be flat. Are you there?
What's the question?
Oh, well, you gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Hello.
Hey, Gabby. What about Seb? Seb is a globe skeptic. If you're there. Nobody's there. What about? Oh, we have somebody that just joined named Scope. Are you there? Nope. Sasha, are you there?
Yes,
Oh, hey Sasha, how are you?
I'm making something for eating.
Oh, okay. Did you want to answer the question later then, when you're not busy?
No, I'm not busy. I can answer, but I don't know what's question.
Okay, so our question today is well, if you're a gamer, you can answer this one. So if life was an RPG, what stat would you say is the most important? And if you don't game, then I would ask you what characteristic you think is most important.
Look, I'm old. If I can tell you, I don't know what even you ask me now, but I play only Unreal Tournament and nothing else in my life.
Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm not a gamer. What does that mean?
Unreal Tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, so like first of all, that's like a game almost as old as I am. Um
Yeah.
but it's like kinda like Quake. Kind of.
It's in the space.
Yeah. That's like the best way to explain it, is it's kind of like Quake.
Yeah,
Oh,
but in the space.
Quake. Wait.
You cannot be still. You need to move all the time.
Yep.
Okay. So is it an RPG? I don't know.
No. It's a first person shooter.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's like kinda like Quake or like Halo or something.
Now I'm playing Rayman with daughter, and she's playing Roblox. I don't know anything about that.
Oh, Roblox. I actually know a lot about that. I'm not even kidding. So I would not be in this server if I didn't play Roblox. Some guy on Roblox is what taught me the truth. I'm not even kidding. I was in like a group recruiting plaza game, and like I'm not even kidding. Like I talked about water fluoridation, and he was like, "Oh, you know some shit, kid. Well, here, let me tell you something else about the Earth. You wouldn't believe this shit, but I'm gonna force you to watch this video by a guy named ODD TV." And also, at first it was typing, but the reason I did that impression, that's actually what his voice sounded like. So yeah,
Sorry,
muy
Bambi, but I didn't
interesante.
help you with the question.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just got interested because you said Roblox. So basically, like, if you don't know the stats, like dexterity, charisma, wisdom, intelligence, or like strength, like which one of those six is like the most important?
Health.
Wisdom.
I'm joking. Yeah.
Fortitude would count for that. Yeah, that's a stat.
What did you say? Wizard?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Because the rest will follow suit if you are wise.
Not always, but most of them.
It can, yes. The opportunity for the things to fall in line is made a little easier if one is wise in their choices. This is my opinion.
Okay. I'd pick
Next.
the same thing, but
No, next section. Next person.
so we
Whatever,
have
dude,
one.
whatever.
So we have one for health and one for wisdom. Why do you pick health? Could you elaborate a bit more?
Because I was so sick in life, I want to be healthy.
Aww. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's alright.
Well, health's a good choice too.
That's very important.
Health
Yeah, I
and
mean, if you're
wisdom
healthy, it's easier to be wise, I suppose. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll shut up.
Yeah, if you're healthy, you can do everything what you want.
Yeah.
Actually, I just realized two of the RPG stats are in my status right now, which I forgot about. I wrote intelligence is power and wisdom is balance. So that's
like it.
interesting.
It reminds me of a quote. Right, everything reminds me of a quote. It's a smart man or smart person learns from others' mistakes. A wise person learns from their own.
I guess I'm not wise. I don't learn from my own mistakes.
You'll get there.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta repeat them a few times and then you get the message, right?
I can learn from others' mistakes. I can't learn from my own, sadly. Because I'll keep doing the same thing.
That's interesting because most people have to learn it for themselves, I've found. They can't really learn, even though, I mean, we can't.
I just look at someone who's like, you know, in Austria right now. And then I think, I don't want to be like that. Like, I learn from other people's mistakes. Like, other people messing up is motivating to me. Because I'm like, I don't want to be in that position. Like, I told myself when I was really young, like, I didn't want to work at McDonald's. I told myself that at a young age. Call me privileged, I most definitely was. But I told myself I will never, ever work at McDonald's. And I was right. Because I had determination. Oh, Nathan's here.
Hey, T.I., yeah, I'm here, dude. How you doing?
Really tired. You may like this question, actually.
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're both really tired.
I'm distracted because I'm like reading the text chat too. I'll be more focused. I apologize. Okay. If life was an RPG, what stat would you say is the most important? If you're a gamer. If you're not, we have another question. So, see, I gave examples of a dexterity, charisma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Strength.
Oh, wait. I thought you were asking me to give the exam. Oh, I'm so sorry. I talked over you. I'm so tired.
It's okay. Who cares? It's not a big deal. So, Nathan, are you a gamer? Do you play
Not
RPG?
particularly, no, but I'm familiar with, how RPGs work, that kind of thing. So for me, it would probably be, I would choose strength. I feel like it's an important part. If you don't have strength, life can be hard for you, and it's difficult.
So you're talking like physical strength, mental strength? What kind of strength?
It would be both for me.
I guess we'll allow it. Oh, that's good. Well, thank you.
I'll allow this one. Trust me, folks. Nobody allows things like me.
Well, it's just one, but I get it. No, it's strength breaks down into mental. So that's good.
Has Joshua answered yet?
No. Oh, Sophia's here too. Hey, Sophia.
Oh, you should
No,
ask
I
her.
didn't.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, we'll ask Joshua and then Sophia if you guys want.
42.
42. What?
That's how old I'm gonna be when the world's destroyed.
Oh.
No, what was the question?
If life was an RPG, what stat would you say is the most important? And if you're not a gamer, there's like another question we can ask.
Charisma.
Okay, and why do you pick charisma?
Because with like thieves, like thief classes usually have higher charisma. Same with rogues. It allows them to pickpocket and to talk to those higher ups in order to get information out of them. Also, it takes Trump has great charisma. Charismatic leaders type thing. So I think in real life, that's like, if real life was an RPG, the most important stat would be charisma.
All right.
Yeah, even though I'd pick. Sorry, I know Sophia's about to go next, so I'll be quick. Even though. Sorry, my dog's barking and distracting me. I gotta hurry. Crap. Okay. Even though. Why am I so blur-eyed brain today?
You
Holy
should probably
shit.
take care of that dog first, then it'll come back to you.
We can't even hear the dog, actually. So.
Well, okay, so like my dad left for a couple of minutes. He's about to be home. Anyway, so I would pick wisdom personally, but the thing is, in Joshua brings up a really good point. In a realistic scenario, it's just going to be something like the allegory of the cave from Plato's Republic, aka Politica. And they're just going to see the smart person and say, "Oh my gosh, you're crazy," and kill him because they don't want to hear what he has to say. So they're just going to kill the smart person or ignore him and make him useless. So charisma probably would be the most useful, sadly.
Instead of killing animal, cutting meat off animal, then putting meat in mouth and chewing, put meat in fire. No, you're burning it, kill him. No, I'm trying to teach you, cook the fucking meat. It tastes better. Better on your tummy, too.
In Soviet Russia, food cook you.
Alright, Sophia, sorry.
Here I am.
Hey, I'll ask you the question.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a gamer? I don't even know.
I can only play battleships.
I know. That in categories. Okay, so then our other question for the non-gamers is then what characteristic do you think is most important to have?
Logic.
Elaborate.
Well, I mean, if you can't think logically, how are you gonna get through life? Logically and realistically. So, I mean, isn't that why people think we're on a ball in the first place? Because they can't think logically?
I would say yes.
Yeah, so if everyone was logical, then things would be much easier, I think.
Yes. I think so too. Good answer. Thank you. How's the weather, Sophia? Is it cold?
It's not cold, but it's been raining for 2 days. Yeah. No, I just wanted to drop by because I heard it's the last one. So you're taking a bit of a break?
Well, yeah, I have some friends coming in, right? It's that time of the year, people are coming home. So I already have 2 weekends I'm busy for the rest of the month. So we're just gonna take the rest of December kind of off and just focus on friends, family, and life and stuff like that. And then we'll come back in the new year.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone is going to do that.
Yeah. So that's kind of why that's happening.
And then I guess there'll be an announcement for when the show starts again next year.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll let everybody know when it starts up again.
And CI, do you have any like friends, family plans for December?
I'm going to Florida. But, friends, what are those?
Oh, well.
come on.
There's none in my area, and the ones who did were just extremely fake people. And one of them actually, one of them scared the shit out of me because they found my my YouTube channel that I uploaded my first album on. They're like, "So wait a second, you think the Earth is flat?" And I said, "Yes, no, I know, right?" And then he's like, "Oh, I can't talk to you, dude." And I'm like, "So you're not even gonna discuss this with me? You're just gonna walk away?" Yep.
Aren't those? But you know what? That's awesome because now you know who not to talk to, and they kind of just do it to themselves. They separate themselves out
People
of
at
your life.
university are so disappointing, dude. No one thinks for themselves. Everyone just repeats the mantra. Everyone just repeats what's popular. It's so disgusting. It's annoying. They don't teach people how to think anymore. They teach people what to think. I mean,
Correct.
sure, they've always done this, right? They've always done this. But it's gotten so much worse lately. Like, you are now paying to be indoctrinated. You are paying, even private schools teach the exact same curriculum as the state-funded garbage. You can't even go anywhere. There's no critical thinkers in my area. And if there are, I haven't met them yet. If anyone lives in Ohio, hit me up.
Well, that's the same for all of us. I mean, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
My dad was born in Ohio.
But that's kind of the whole thing, right? With the education system and with university, it was supposed to be like a place where, great thinking minds can come together and come up with new ideas and test different things. And it's been, like you say, it's just indoctrination to the point that you're paying obscene amounts for it. It's crazy. And it's gotten so much worse, even from when I was in university.
Hi, guys.
When were you? How many years ago was that?
How many years ago? I graduated university in 2010, I think.
Yeah, and it's gotten much worse since then.
Yeah.
You guys think your 4-year degrees are bad? Try medical school.
Oh, no.
Fuck all that.
Talk about expensive. Yeah, I was if my military hadn't paid for it, I would have been 100,000 plus in debt just for med school for the 2 years that I did for my PA degree. And it was
I did
pure
6 weeks.
indoctrination.
I did 6 weeks of training to get my CNA, and I never want to do anything like that again.
Honestly, okay, this is gonna sound weird. Like, okay, I don't mean to get religious in here, but like, God, our lovely creator of the universe, thank you so much for allowing me to pick a major and lead me on the right path to people who have common sense and have the most critical thinking skills out of everybody, instead of winding up in a liberal arts study. I'm so happy I'm a business major. You guys have no idea. Like, some of the most rational people who still have just a little bit of critical thinking left are business majors right now. Because, like, I'm in a bunch of diverse classes. Like, the freshmen in the music program are, like, not the brightest bulbs in the box. Like, they go out sleeping around, they're on Tinder, they're drinking. Like, have pleasure in your life, but don't overdo it to the point where it becomes pain. You can get C's in your classes and have a little fun. I don't care. Enjoy your college experience. You're paying for it.
Yeah, listen, alcoholism should come after at least 2 divorces, not that early into college, okay? I'm just kidding.
That's horrible.
Well, it's sadly true.
I'm sorry for laughing.
Anyways.
I'm sorry that it was that funny. I didn't know. I thought I was going to get a chuckle.
Maybe we should go back to the question.
All right.
I'll shut up again. I keep saying that. I will shut up now.
I didn't catch the question. What was the question today?
Yeah, I can ask you next if you want. I don't know if you're a gamer, but the question is, if life was an RPG, what stat would you say is the most important? And if you're not, we have a question for you.
Oh, I'm so not a gamer.
Okay,
Never
so
had
then the
time.
question is, what characteristic do you think is most important to have?
I'd say truthfulness.
So honesty?
Yeah, honesty and truthfulness, because you can't be truthful to yourself or to others. You're lost in this world.
Yeah, I agree. But I think that, like, because that would actually be my answer is the honesty thing. Because I think if you are honest, right, that's just you have good integrity, right? You're going to live an honest life because you are honest and you're being honest. So, yeah,
Well, it seems that everything else stems from that too. Love requires honesty and truth. Goodness, righteousness, any of those things that people strive for that are good, they all come from the basis of honesty and truth. Because you can't have those without that.
yeah, and it kind of comes down to like, yeah, fear. It's like, are you acting out of fear or love? Because that's basically kind of your only options. I
And
would
one is truth and one is lies. See?
Yep.
All there.
Yep. 100%. Oh, okay.
Be a lover of truth. You'll be good.
Ooh, Dave Hinkle, are you there?
Dave's here, but probably roboting.
Oh, you're not roboting.
No, you're doing good.
How have you been, Dave?
Sounds good, Dave.
All is well. I still exist on the plane of existence.
That's good. I'm
Yeah.
happy to hear. So we're doing Precious Metal Takeover. Would you like to answer a question today? I can ask you it.
Yeah, I heard the question. I pretty much agree with Damsel. Maybe say integrity just to say different.
Okay, so then tell me why integrity, if you're going to pick that, something different.
Well, to me, that word just kind of sums up that you're consciously making the correct moral choice as much as possible. I guess, if that makes any sense.
And it's all based on truth again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Integrity comes from
It's all
truth.
like intertwined, right? A bunch of these things.
Yeah, they are. They're vital to each other.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Well, each improves on another, I think, is what we're coming to find, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, one's the one path and one's the other path. And I choose to stick with the path of truth, love, and justice and righteousness and anything else I can get that's good.
All right. Kate, I know Geppy Get's on the edge of his seat. Are you there, Geppy Get? Are you going to answer our question? If you are there. Oh no, he must have stepped away. Okay. Who else?
DCO
What's the
volunteer.
question?
Oh,
Oh, hey,
box.
box ops. The question today is, well, if you're a gamer, I think you might be. If life was an RPG, what stat would you say is the most important? If you're not a gamer, then just what characteristic do you think is the most important?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably. Wow, it's a lot of stats to choose from. Well, if you had infinite health, right? If your health stats was maxed out all the way, you would never die. But you wouldn't want that. That sounds like torture. So definitely not that. So same thing with endurance. You wouldn't want that either. Strength would be kind of cool, but it only goes so far. I heard someone say earlier, like integrity, so that's like wholesomeness and like innocence and truthfulness. But I wouldn't even say that either. I would say no. Yeah, it'd be kind of weird if like your love stat was like all the way maxed out. Then you just be like trying to love on everyone. So that'd be kind of weird.
It is weird.
Like,
yeah, living life like that is fucking weird. I'll tell you.
that'd be like a creepy stat. So yeah, probably not that either.
No, that's not what I meant.
Intelligence would be like a really awesome stat to have maxed out. Then we could just like figure all this shit out.
Okay, what's your favorite though?
Favorite what? Out of all the stats?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say intelligence. That'd be cool.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, so that way I could come up with the answers for everything possible to know the answers to. And then, yeah, wouldn't be struggling to answer some questions like this one.
What about wisdom instead of intelligence?
How about what?
Wisdom.
Yeah, that's kind of cool too, but you can, like, a foolish person could be wise.
I don't know. I know very intelligent people that are still trapped in the system.
I agree with Damsel, actually. I think wisdom's more important, and I wish I had it.
It comes with experience. You'll get there.
Yep.
You didn't murder, did you? I write all those mistakes we were talking about earlier. See, that's how you gain wisdom. Right.
Well,
And
I learned from others' mistakes, not my own.
I know, but you'll get there too, right? It just comes with learning, figuring yourself out. And if you can learn from other people's mistakes, I mean, you can't make them all yourself. So that's good that you can learn from other people's, right? And you take that, you see how their life is, and you don't want to live like that.
I like the way you put that, for sure.
I mean, my extended family, some of my extended family are like legitimate alcoholics. And I stopped that at a young age. I was exposed to
that's why you laugh so hard. Yeah,
well,
okay,
no. I've told myself at a very young age that I'd be a teetotalist. I've made an oath that I will never drink alcoholic beverages. I will never get drunk or intoxicated. And I'm planning on following on that. I'm turning 21 soon. People in my college have already tried to say, oh, once you turn 21, hit me up. I'll buy you free drinks. And I'm like, I appreciate the gesture. That's very nice of you. But I'm not going to do that. I do not want to drink.
You can survive sober off of, because they're delicious, in my opinion, virgin daiquiris and virgin pina coladas. I could drink those all night. They're fucking delicious. So anyway. I think they're better without alcohol, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, I really like that approach. Don't drink. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, you're really not.
Yeah, I'd just like to add as well, I'm 21 years old, but I've never been to a bar either. So I'm just like you, CI.
That's awesome. It's just very important to, and also like I can be fun at parties without getting intoxicated. Like, okay, so I don't like to. Okay, so like I'm the person at parties who's usually very quiet and sits on my phone texting like my friend like Dolphin or something. But like, if I'm provoked, well then I'm provoked. I'll be fun for 15 minutes and then collapse. And just laugh hysterically. Like I don't need anything in my system. Like I don't know if I've told you guys this story, but basically the president of like this club I'm in walked up to me and she was like, "Don't be a party pooper. Like we're gonna make everyone dance, including you." And then
that's one way to ruin a fucking party. Thanks, Karen. Sorry.
No. things got interesting because I got provoked, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then, so it was mostly just trash rap, like talking about like how women need to drop their ass or whatever, just disgusting rap, right? And then suddenly an electronic song came in, one of the first EDM songs called Levels by Avicii, and I really like that song, right? So once it built up to the chorus, my secret party trick. I know to breakdance, and I did.
Fuck yeah!
Like, I actually did. Like, they actually took photos of me, and they weren't even, like, laughing. Like, they had, like, a PogChamp type of look. Like, holy shit, like, type of look on
That's awesome. Were you popping and locking? Were you doing some fucking tut? Were you tutting or what?
I was, like, doing the thing where, like, my arm was on the ground and, like, my legs were, like, spinning.
Up in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Cool. So, basically, okay, I don't know why I got on this tangent.
Life of the party. I know what you're talking about, man. I feel you. Although I can't break dance.
Well, okay. It's important to learn how to enjoy things without a dependency, right? That could be a dependency on alcohol, a dependency on horrible people. Don't be dependent, be independent. But it's okay to depend on people you trust. But it's like kind of like this Epicurean type of thing. Oh my gosh, Redford. It's like this Epicurean type of thought, like have pleasure, but don't have so much pleasure where it causes you pain.
Hedonism.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Get rid of hedonism. Don't be doing it.
Hedonism is where you overindulge yourself in pleasure. I will never agree with hedonism. In fact, my philosophy teacher told me I was extremely Aristotelian because he asked me what pleasure was. And I answered honestly. I said, this is going to sound cheesy, but this is my real answer. Pleasure to me is being able to learn and be able to explore new things and do new things without putting yourself in danger, but engaging in different forms of thought, even if there's disagreement. And he said, wow, that's very Aristotelian of you.
Aristotelian. Have you ever been in love, see?
I wish I wasn't.
So you're in love now? You don't have to answer that. That's fine.
I don't really know.
Okay. All right. So, but that's a yes, actually. But anyway, and that's my opinion.
Does it count if it's...
What, unrequited?
No.
It counts.
My feelings change so often. It's like I'm 20, almost 21. Like my hormones are going crazy. I need to learn how to control them because like every like month or two, like my feelings change towards someone else, and it's like really bad. And
hey,
obviously,
you're not going to be able to control that.
Oh no.
Yeah, so just get good at feeling it instead. Don't try to control it. My 2 cents, anyway. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do, is stay in the deep end of the pool. But you know what? It's how you learn to swim.
Can I DM you something?
Do what?
Can I DM you something?
Oh, sure, man. Absolutely. Anything. Well, shit, not anything, but you know.
See, you're young, it's early, just wait. You'll find what you're looking for eventually.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep around. Like, someone described me as like, I had to ask Cyrus this, because like, someone described me as like a swipe right, and I didn't know what that meant. And I was like, Cyrus, what's that mean? And he said, oh, fuck those guys. You'll find the right one eventually. And I'm like, huh? And then he said, then he explained to me what Tinder was, because I've never used it or had it or tried it. And then basically a swipe right is someone who's unattractive or something.
That shit's a blight on society, dude.
Well, it's sad, because all these college freshmen I've met, none of them are clean. None of them are clean.
Clean? Oh.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, of course not.
Well, shit.
Anyway, this went way off the deep end. I am so sorry. This is 100% my fault. At least I'm awake now.
I wanted to talk to you about those things because it sounds really important to you. So anyway, thanks for DMing me. We'll talk there.
Okay. Should we ask more people our questions?
Yeah. Get the questions going.
Fuck.
Yeah. Sure. We can do that. Is there anybody that wants to answer? Or I'll start calling names again. And then we'll have that awkward silence.
I'll answer.
Okay. Hey, DCO. Okay.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
So, are you a gamer? I know you garden. I don't know if you.
I used to play Counter-Strike back when I was back in the day when it was the old school Counter-Strike. So I do know a little bit of gaming.
Okay. So, well, I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter. So, if life was an RPG, what stat would you say is most important, or just what characteristic, if you don't want to pick an RPG?
Well, for me, it's going to touch on a little bit of what everyone was saying. It's learn ability. I don't know if that would count as a stat, but for me, is the ability to learn would be the most important thing in general. And that comes even into this subject, right? Like learning as much as you can and not rejecting information from preconceived notions. So I guess that would be my take.
No, that's awesome. That's good. Why is this? Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for joining and answering the question. And, well, I'm going to say it samurai, or however you say how you say it. It's great to see you back. Welcome.
Hi, yeah, I'm totally hooked on everything.
That's great. So we're doing something right now called Precious Metal Takeover. So this is something that CI and myself host, and we it's basically where the mods and admins have to mute their mic, and the gold plus and below, so the gold plus silver is valued, get the conversation, and we answer all the questions. So we usually have a theme if there's nobody to talk to, and we have just a general kind of hypothetical question. So if you'd like to answer that, I can ask you the question.
I will give it a go.
Okay. So I don't know if you're a gamer. So if life was an RPG, what stat would you say is the most important? If you don't game, then what characteristic would you say is most important to have?
Wow. Well, RPG. Huh. I'm just kind of a Halo guy that likes to teabag people. Is Halo an RPG?
I have no idea. C, is Halo an RPG?
It's a first-person shooter.
FPS.
Honestly, like the best way to explain the stats is like something like D&D. But
yeah. I don't really play those. So
that's okay.
Probably not good at that hypothetical answer.
You know, like basically like dexterity, charisma, wisdom, intelligence, strength, fortitude, like those types of things. Right?
Yeah. Wow. You know, I do have a friend that tried to get me to play Civ a few times.
I love Civ. Okay, continue.
I'm not saying I was good at it, or I spent more than a couple hours with him on it. I feel like the intelligence part of things, I forget what it was called in the game, ironically. But just how the civilization itself grows, like the knowledge, like I think you had the ability to build a library, that kind of thing.
That would be science, actually. That's what they called it in the game.
Okay. So I think that's important, but everything is required in order to make progress. You do need to have food, you know, you have to have husbandry, animal husbandry.
Yep, food.
All that, so.
Production.
But I think you can't get very far without intelligence. I don't think the others can really happen without a growing body of knowledge.
Very nicely said. However, if you may not have the best science output in Civ, but you can absolutely take a science Civ's capital if you have like the third or second best units, but you just constantly pump them out. Oh, you missed a world wonder? Well, that's okay. I have 15 bowmen at your capital, and I'm just gonna take your capital, and now I have the great library of Alexandria, not you, because I just took your capital with bowmen.
Yeah, and it's funny. We can tie that back to real life. We like suppressing knowledge, and you know, we don't have to burn books anymore. We do that on our own by not reading them.
Very nicely said.
So yeah, I didn't have the best answer about gaming, but I could tie it back to real life.
That's the goal.
Success.
Yeah, my main in Civ 5 is Babylon, so I'm probably gonna get hated. I play as the Babylonians.
That is okay. I completely forget who I was. It's been a while.
So you were the enemy? See?
What do you say?
Were you the enemy? Like, I don't know. I don't know game.
Babylon.
Right.
They're like really bad at, according to the Bible. Like,
well, yeah, that's why I'm asking. You're like the. So it's the same thing, obviously, in the game. That's why you're using preference.
It's I just try. Ironically, I go for a scientific victory, which means I want to be the first one to the moon. How ironic, right? And also, when I explore from left to right, because I usually get sailing before anyone else, so I'll like start exploring. I'll start exploring the map, right? Ironically, it'll always say C prove the Earth is round as I went left or right on the map. And like my friends would always laugh at me for that because they're like, so not only are you the first one to build a rocket to the moon, but you're also, quote, proving the Earth is round. How ironic.
So that's like the point of this game that you're talking about?
Oh, Civ 5?
Yeah.
Well, man. There's so many different ways to win Civ 5. That's why it's so interesting. Have you heard of the game Risk?
Yes.
Imagine Risk, but you don't have to. Okay, so imagine Risk, but there's like social policies, so like culture. There's like world wonders, so like you can build like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Great Wall, Great Library, Statue of Liberty, stuff like that. And there's technologies and different ways to win. So yes, you can take over the plane, right? With all kinds of units. That's one way to win. You could also win by having all kinds of cultural world wonders and having tourism. You could also win by puppeting city-states and using diplomacy in the World Congress or United Nations to win. You could also have so much science that you invent the nuclear bomb by the 1700s. I've done that before. Sometimes I've gotten really good and discovered the Manhattan Project in the 1600s. That was back when I was really, really good. But it's like, and in my mod pack, because actually mod Civilization 5, I also added religious and economic victory. So like, the reason Civ 5 is so interesting is because there's different ways to win, and that's kind of like what Larumas was trying to say. I'm sorry if I butchered that, because he tied it back to Civ, saying like, yes, knowledge is 100% important, but you still need the other things, right? Like food, production, culture, which I thought was really interesting.
I think I better change my username.
Did I butcher it?
No, it's my dog's name, which is Samurai backwards.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how bad I am at Discord too. Discord and RPGs are apparently the things I'm worst at.
I'm terrible at RPGs, and I somewhat have Discord figured out, so you'll get there. I still need
Nice. I just gotta hang out here, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's lots of people that are more than willing to help. If they're having Discord issues.
honestly, like as a new username, like I know now. Well, now I know it's an I instead of an L. But like Ladu, like Laru, Ladu, that'd be a cool username.
There you go.
Ladu.
Daru. I'm sure it means something in some language.
Can somebody tell the boomer what RPG stands for?
Role playing game. But what it
Okay,
actually
thank
means
you.
is like what it actually means is like a game like Dungeons and Dragons where like or like a game where you like level up and you like invest like skill points into stats or statistics. Like you can have strength, you can have wisdom, you could have intelligence, you could have fortitude, so like health. You could have charisma, so like persuasion, stuff like that.
Hi, can I answer?
Oh, it's a. I'm sorry. It's a. How do I say this without being a jerk?
Oh, is that Spiral of Love?
Yeah, I feel bad.
Dang, I've never heard you speak, and it's PMT. Oh, I feel bad. Because we're not supposed to let moderators talk during PMT. And I'm such a sucker, because I'm like, well, let's make an exception, but we shouldn't do that. Okay.
Since we have a lesser crowd today, I actually want to ask like a follow-up question to
Okay.
people just because I'm really curious. Because we have a lot of people who don't know what RPGs are. So I just thought of this. A question to that's like loosely related but completely different. For those who are like what we consider boomers, which is kind of mean, for people who are just older, maybe old enough to have children, uh, what are your views? Okay, this is really random. What are your views on children and media consumption? That includes video games, movies, TV, like everything. I especially want to learn about the video game part. Like, what are they allowed to participate in? And let's say you don't have children. Hypothetically, if you did have children, then what media would be allowed? What media would not be allowed? Would you supervise them playing games? Would you allow them to play any games and think they're smart enough to learn from them? Would you prevent them from like possibly satanic games or something like that? Or shows that promote the wrong values? Would you keep them away from like Nickelodeon or anything owned by Viacom? Would you think it's acceptable? I kind of want to know like your guys' thoughts on that. Like what media is okay for your children or hypothetical children to consume?
None. Well, I mean, it's hypothetical for me, right? No Nickelodeon, nothing like that. It would obviously have to be vetted. I'd have to watch it first, but no games. And I would say like nothing until they can actually like distinguish. They know that it's, real life versus not, and it's fake. So you can kind of explain that to them. But I mean, they can watch homesteading videos. They can learn. Start them at a young age.
Would you ever like change that? Like maybe once they turn like 13 or something?
I don't know. Like, I guess it would have to depend too, like, on what my husband would agree with as well, and like how the children would be. Because I mean, I can, right? Like, I know that games are fake, right? And I mean, I don't enjoy them, so it would just depend, I guess, on the child uh, and the game. I guess, like, I mean, most of them are pretty violent. I guess like Mario Kart would be okay, right? Because it's not
That's
that.
so fun.
Yeah, I actually played that. Oh yeah, see, I
Did
forgot.
you get a Switch?
No, my friend has gotten like the Super Nintendo Retro, whatever that they put out.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was playing Mario Kart. I played Super Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong. I think I'd never played Donkey Kong before. And oh, you would have been horrified. I should have like videoed it. It was just terrible. I mean, I was okay at Mario Kart, but I can't. I'm not good. I kept dying in Super Mario Brothers. It was
My favorite Mario Karts ever. Okay. Definitely Mario Kart 64 and Double Dash. Those were my favorites.
What is Double Dash?
GameCube.
Oh.
That was my childhood. Although so is the N64, even though it was before my time. My brother had one, so I played a fair good of N64 games. The original Mario Party, my palm, dude. Like, anyone remember like that 1 versus 3 like rowboat game where you had like the controller stick and you had to use your palm to spin it really, really fast? It got so bad that people started suing Nintendo because their skin fell off of their hand and they sued Nintendo, and all they did was just offer free fingerless gloves. Super Mario 64, yeah.
What
I
about
never
Duck
really
Hunt?
liked it.
You ever played Duck Hunt? Oh, that was so much fun.
I haven't played it, but I know what it is. Oh, I also touched the Sega Genesis. My mom and dad had one. Like the original Sonic games. I played the classic Sonic games when I was younger. I also played this weird game called Road Rash 2. I don't know if anyone knows that. My dad liked this one called James Pond.
But what about like was it called Intellivision or something? What was like before?
That's before my time.
Yeah, so I guess you never played any of those. Like we had one, but I think somebody had at one point you could get it for like I don't know what gaming system. It was like all the retro games from like Intellivision.
Someone also talked about a Commodore 64. I was like, what the hell is that? Isn't that just an old computer? And then they're like, get out. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like, that's some like 80s like bronze golden computer BS. And they're like, get out. You've disrespected me.
It's the
I'm like, what?
first mass-produced personal home computer that most people could afford. We played Hunter Wampus on it and Pong and all kinds of funny old games that you guys have never heard of.
Oh, I know what Pong is. Boop. Beep. Boop.
Wait, Key Damsel, was it like when you'd have, it was before like the floppy drive, like it was actually like those big, like, or were you talking something else?
The 64, the TI 64, Texas Instrument, or whatever it was called at the time. It was the first one out, though, that mass produced. And I don't remember if it had, I think it had some kind of floppy drive or something, but I can't remember for sure. It's been so long ago. We had one of the first ones. I just remember it. My dad was so proud to get it.
Yeah.
Back in the days of Betamax tapes, if anybody remembers.
No, what? No, I remember like the DOS, where you'd have to like type in the command to get everything to work. I remember that.
I remember laser discs, but not Betamax. I mean, I know what it is.
Betamax was a video system that was before VHS, and so it was around the same time period. All these things came out, and some things disappeared like those things. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, I remember it. We had lots of different little games, but they were really simple. Oregon Trail became something.
Oh, I know that one. Oregon Trail. Sia's died of dysentery.
Punk the Wampus.
Nintendo game was The Legend of Zelda.
I actually had the first Pong game. It was fun. The little paddles.
Also, when I made the boop and beep noises, I was thinking of Block Breaker, I think it's called. I was thinking of that one. I played that one.
I don't know. But wait, Key Damsel, you had like the paddles? I don't
No, that's Brick Breaker, where there's a bunch of blocks on the top, I think.
Yeah.
And then the one paddle on the bottom that yeah. And I think that was made by, originally, I think it was made by Steve Wozniak, the other co-founder of Apple.
Well, they called it paddles on Pong. It was the first game system that only had that one game. That's all you could play was Pong, versions of Pong. And they called them paddles, but they were just little dials. So you could move the what was the racket they called it, up and down to hit the ball, bouncing back and forth. And you could
Yeah.
set it up different ways. But yeah, it was back in the day. It was so high tech when I was a kid. Before computers were in schools, before there was an Apple.
Oh, we have somebody named Mitchell. They are just VC verified. Are you there, Mitchell? Welcome.
And I'll formally announce my name change here so that it's less confusing. Iarumus is now Dog Dad Robert.
Hello, Dog Dad Robert.
Make that less confusing.
Theoretical button is also just VC verified. If you're there, you guys can unmute. Hi, Matthew Learns. I guess nobody's around.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hey. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Happy belated Thanksgiving to everyone.
Oh, yeah, you're about a month and a half late for me. But...
Oh, that's right.
I know it's still so weird, but it's so different. But would you like to answer our question today, Matthew? We kind of got sidetracked, so I don't even know if you heard it.
I didn't hear it. No, what is it?
Okay. So, if life was an RPG, what stat would you say is most important? But if you're not a gamer, then you can just answer like what characteristic you think is most important to have.
Maybe agility.
Ooh. Okay. Why would you pick agility?
So I know in games it's like agility is like how fast you can move and that type of stuff, but I'm thinking of it more theoretically that it's helpful in life to be able to be agile with the way that you think, the way that you talk, the way that you understand the world. So kind of being flexible in your mind and ideas and that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of using it to represent something more philosophical, I guess.
You got really low and far away all of a sudden for me. I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I was
there
just
you go.
saying, agility kind of represents, in the philosophical sense, of being agile in your mind and being able to think quickly and that kind of stuff. I know it doesn't correlate exactly with the game world, but yeah.
Sorry, we're having technical difficulties, and you disappeared again, Matthew.
No, I was done. I was done talking.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for. Who did we just verify? Rat King? Is he in the chat? No.
Yeah, I checked him in. He said he would be on his way down soon, so I expect to see him pretty soon.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. And then Felix G is here, but you don't have any roles. So if you want to head up to the VC check-in, somebody can follow you up there and have a brief conversation with you, and then you can come back down and join the conversation. And there's also somebody with a G and then A with a little circle. So that you as well, if you want to head to the VC check-in.
Yeah, I'll check him in. That's no problem.
Awesome, thank you. Piranha King? Are you there? Or Bodaven? Nah, I don't even know how to say these names. Is anybody out there? What? Did you even answer the question? Are you there? Are you gone down to?
What's the question?
Oh, who was that?
It's Piranha King.
Oh, hi, Piranha King. How are
Uh,
you?
so Rafi.
Good.
Awesome. Okay, so the question is, if life was an RPG, what stat would you say is most important? So, like dexterity, charisma, wisdom, intelligence, strength. Or if you don't want to answer the gaming part, just what characteristic do you think is important to have?
I don't know.
Oh, well, that's. Did you want to think about it and then let us know? Because I know it's tough to be put on the spot. It is kind of a different question.
Yeah.
Some thought. Okay, well, just ping or just unmute when you have an answer, and then just let us know. Oh, hey, Ariel, are you there?
Hello, yes, I am.
Hi, how are you?
Good, yes, thanks.
Oh, that's good. So, would you like to answer our question today for Precious Metal Takeover? I'm not sure if you heard it.
Yeah, I just heard it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I sort of want to be sort of ironic because I do game a lot. And,
No.
but I would think something like endurance, because we are at this point in time, what we really are tasked with is, having to endure. So there's probably a better gaming word, for it. Strength, endurance. Because people are. Was it in the future or was it? Can you just say the question again?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so if life was an RPG, what stat would you say is the most important?
Yeah, so I would still say strength because it lends, it gives you endurance or stamina. Stamina. I know I play a rogue in World of Warcraft, and stamina is one of the stats that I'm stacking because of what I said before. At the moment, a lot of people are starting to get really wary of this world that we live in, and so people need to support each other to be able to make it through this very difficult, horrible time. And hopefully this time won't last for that long, so that we can have a vision of the future. I was just doing some cooking this morning, and I was thinking there are extremely rich people in this world who they carry themselves as if they have no cares. And I was thinking how they can plot their futures and how they're probably planning for their wonderful futures. And there are people on the opposite, on the polar side of that, who are having a really freaking hard time at the moment. And so for everyone out there who is enduring, all the purebloods, I just want to say, hang in there. Hang in there. Yeah, that took me a bit by surprise, but there you go.
No, that's great. Thanks, Ariel. Thank you. It's nice to hear you.
Thank you. And can I just say, I'm not familiar with American presidents of the past, but I've just been reading some quotes and bits of speeches that Lyndon B. Johnson made back in 62, talking about space. And it's really, really interesting, the stuff that he said. I want to post it somewhere. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the stuff that he said, particularly about the space race at the time. And it sort of it sort of explains how they managed to get all their funding and just and then just get funding every single year from the taxpayers. Really interesting. Yeah, I don't know where I should post that.
The live stream voice text.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be reading like quotes from him. He was a vice president at the time, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Sorry, I do go on a bit.
No, that's okay. No worries. We have Levelist who's joined us. Are you there?
I am, yes. Can you hear me?
Oh, hi. Welcome. How are you today?
I'm good. My internet just came back on.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good. So we're doing something called Precious Metal Takeover. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but we always have a question that we like to ask people.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're always hypotheticals, so but it kind of gets your brain thinking a little bit. So this is a little bit of a different question today. So I'm not sure if you're a gamer, but if life was an RPG, what stat would you say is the most important? And if you're not, then just what characteristic do you think is most important to have?
No, I'm not a gamer. I quit gaming a long time ago. But I've always thought that problem-solving skills is the most important skill to build, actually.
Problems? Oh, yeah. That is a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty much, if you're going to break down like logic, you're going to distill logic, that's just problem-solving skills.
Hey, am I going to interrupt the conversation, or could I introduce someone?
Oh, yeah. No, I unless some Levis wanted to add anything else to
No. Go ahead,
Awesome.
go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I've just been speaking with a guy called Felix. He's just joined the live stream now. He's a flat earther. He's got a pretty good understanding of how it works so far. He's got some questions, I think. So if you want to mute yourself, Felix, someone will be willing to speak with you.
Hi, Felix. Are you there? Oh, he's shy all of a sudden, I guess.
Felix, you there, brother? You got the role, so you should just be able to unmute yourself.
Well, whenever you're able to speak, Felix, just ping in the voice text or just unmute your mic and join the conversation. And we have okay, I serve 2. Are you there?
Yeah, I think he's back in the check-in. I'll go join him, see what's up.
Oh, okay. Who did I ask everybody? Gabby, Get, Glad, are you still around? Worship to Father Jesus, Holy Spirit. Are you there?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How are you?
Sky's up. Yeah,
Mhm.
good. There's no space.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you heard the question, but I can ask it again if you'd like to answer.
Oh, no, I heard the question. I would say wisdom, but not just normal wisdom. I would say godly wisdom of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Okay. And
maybe some constitution would help right now, because there's a lot of things that are hitting your constitution pretty badly at the moment. So that probably be, as a secondary, constitution might be a positive upper
I don't
bonus.
Constitution. But
yeah. Yeah, to take the damage, no?
Yeah.
But yeah, more likely you need some miracles. Yeah, so you're gonna need supernatural skills on your RPG character, and including lots of healing powers, and maybe a couple of teleportation powers. And you're gonna might need to do some evasive stuff, and you'll need a lot of supernatural powers in this age. So basically, you're gonna need to be full on in the supernatural in a good way. Not the evil supernatural, but the good supernatural. The
Did you recently change your name?
Oh, I think I change my name quite often, like sometimes once a day. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for your answer.
You're welcome.
All right, so I've got Felix back in the live stream. Felix, you there? Can you speak?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Sorry about that. Like, I don't know what's wrong with my mic then, but yeah, I'm up and running now.
Yeah, that's fine, dude. I'm gonna hand you off to someone else who wants to speak with you because we've already talked, so someone else can have a nice conversation with you, dude.
Okay, cool.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Felix, are you there?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Hi, welcome.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.
So, how did you find the server?
I was on YouTube last night, and what I do, I type in flat Earth, and like what I do, I just go to like the update, when they uploaded the video or whatever, because once you put in flat Earth on YouTube or whatever, they just show you what they want you to show you. But I go to like when people upload, I go to like the recent uploads or whatever.
Yes.
And I ran across this page called what is it called? Smarter than a flat earther, and he had a debate or whatever. But in the description, it had like the link to the Discord, and I clicked on it. So that's how I appear here.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you said that you just kind of search for flat Earth quite frequently, you were saying?
Yeah. I've been a flat earther for like years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we always like aim like the more time go by, like the more stuff I learn over the years. So I'll be trying to see like what else new that I haven't discovered yet. And this guy, like, what it is, smarter than a flat earther, they were talking about like the Saxon or whatever, and they said like, okay, from your point to like to the they say you had like Saxon, and from your point to like to the North Star, and then when the angle come down, it's supposed to be like 90-degree angle, but it doesn't work on a Saxon. I mean, it work on a Saxon, but if you on a globe, the angle is not a straight line; it curves. So, and that's something that I never knew about, and I'm glad that he had brought that to my attention because I just never looked at it that way. Like, and it make a lot of sense. Though, like a Saxon doesn't work on a globe; it has to work on a 90-degree angle. So.
So is that kind of what made you come to the realization that the Earth was
No.
flat?
I've been a flat earther for like years. I've been a flat earther for years, but they just opened my eyes up a little bit further because I never looked at the Saxon as like proof that the Earth was flat.
Right. There's a bunch of evidence out there, hey?
Excuse me, guys. Can I say something?
Oh, yeah.
This is a theoretical button. Yeah. So, and I was talking with I don't know how to pronounce his name, Martoth, in the lobby.
Wait a second. You're in cog dis. Why are you speaking?
Yeah. So he banned me for no reason. I was just disagreeing.
I don't
with
give
him.
a shit. This is PMT. Talk about it in like 30 minutes. I'm sorry to sound rude, but like we're kind of doing a show.
I had no idea that was that about. Otherwise, we would allowed him to interject. Sorry about that, Felix. So, would you like to share with us then? How did you come to the realization that the Earth is flat? We always like hearing because you said it was years ago. So, when did that?
Let me see. When I was watching Eric Dubé, back when he started first uploading videos or whatever, and I just started questioning everything, and I saw like pitching what they were telling me, what the history books were telling me, the school books were telling me, and I would try to compare that to what I actually witnessed in real life. So when I actually like witness in real life that water is always level, and they tell me like the sun is like 93 million miles away, and the moon is 250,000 miles away, but when you have an eclipse, they look damn near close. You know, they look like they look like they're right by each other. And Polaris star doesn't move. I never like I fly on airplane all the time. I never seen like the curvature of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And I just saw like I play chess a lot, so I just started like connecting the dots like a lie after another lie after another lie after another lie. So then I feel like I realized I see like the moon landing was fake. Then I see like they yeah, saying Walt Disney is like partners or whatever. Then Von Braun, Tombstone was like something about the firmament or whatever. So that's clear in plain sight telling you Von Braun telling you like everything that they did over the years it was a lie. Because if you saying that you went to the moon or whatever, why you got this Bible the Bible verse saying something about saying something about the firmament. So it's just like all like little bits and pieces, you know what I'm saying, just kept adding up. It just didn't make any sense, you know what I'm saying? So I just saw it like kept deep diving and realized Antarctic treated, why all these countries, came together to stop us to going to Antarctica. So it had to be a big agenda if all the world countries like came together on that treaty. So you just like I know I could be all over the place. I don't know if I'm talking too fast because I'm not used to like talking or whatever. So, but you asked, so I just want to express my opinion. But I could be all over the place, but it's just one lie after another lie. I kept realizing and seeing that what they were telling us in school it was a lie, and my senses were telling me something else. So I rather believe my senses over what they telling me in the school books.
Right. No, and I agree with that. And no, I get it. To put you on the spot. No, you did fine, and that's okay. I get it. If we're not, we all come in here, we're not used to, getting questioned with a room full of like 35 people or 30 plus people. So I totally get
Yeah,
that.
I had a question. While I was talking to the guy earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever seen like Avatar or whatever. And I was trying to say like, is that like they say like the North Pole, where it's like the tree of life or whatever, and you have like the Polaris star up top. Then you have like just imagine a Christmas tree. You got Polaris. You have like the South Star at top. Then you have like the other stars. You wrap the lights around the Christmas tree. You have like the other little balls, which supposed to be like the planets or whatever. I was gonna say like you think like Avatar was like a hidden agenda or what or something like a mission like hidden in plain sight what they did to the tree of life when they cut down the tree in Avatar. You think it has something to do um them cutting down a tree like years ago, decades ago, whenever they did cut it down or whatever, you think, it kind of like is a part in what they did. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, if y'all with me or not.
I think I understand what you're saying because it's what is it? Truth in movies, lies in media, or whatever the
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
is.
exactly.
But and that's kind of where it gets interesting because I think that there seems to be a lot of like are they foreshadowing? Are they dropping hints? Because they have to put the truth out there in some form that I think is part of the whole game that we're going to be playing and
He
living
talked
in.
about he talked about Yggdrasil earlier. That's some red pill shit. Tree of life in the center.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Avatar was talking about. I didn't watch that movie until recently. One of the best movies I've ever seen. It's so good. I think Democ was trying to say something.
I think so too.
No, just when you how you say the word center, and you said center,
Oh.
like center. This was weird, right?
Oh, it's just my accent. Sorry.
No, no, no. I just thought it was cool, like the correlate. It just like they went together, kind of. It's pretty neat.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely have an accent. Sorry.
Well, no, it's like they don't want you to be a center, stay away from the center. I don't know. It all goes together. It's weird. I don't know. Play on words.
That's a cool point. I never even noticed that.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess Felix, like it's all kind of subjective, right? I mean, we don't know for sure, but it seems to make sense. Thought that would be something that they're.
So they say like the mountains was like big trees, right? They're like like the mountains or whatever. They say it was once like big trees. So are those mountains like limbs from the big trees that they had years ago, decades ago, centuries ago, whatever?
Well, when they say big tree, I think of more of like a lot of vines and different trees wrapped around each other and like living off each other, like a symbiotic type thing, to where like not just one's gonna grow to the top of every, but they can help each other get there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a vine can crawl spirally, and it can go up like really, really high. And then you got certain trees that can go up like the cedar or whatever, but they all have their own potential. But I think they help each other. So it's probably like a group of like stuff that grew up, like a big ass group of vines that made a tree, maybe something like that.
So just to kind of let you know, Felix, because the live stream, usually we don't talk about speculation in this type of conversation. Doesn't usually
Okay.
happen in here. But we are doing Precious Metal Takeover, so this is a little bit more of a open forum. So we can talk about this, but just so you know, so if you come back and if you get like more pushback on these types of questions, they're all just speculation. But there is a space in the server for that, and people like to talk about this stuff. So just so you're aware.
Another question. I know it has to be about another movie, but I was on HBO Max the other day, and this movie came up called A Trip to the Moon that was made back in 1902. NASA was found with like 1956 or something, whatever. So you gotta watch the movie. It's on YouTube. It's like it called A Trip to the Moon 1902, and basically what they doing, they had like the little wizards or whatever, like they showing you how they going to indoctrinate the massive. I'm terrible at explaining things. So like whenever you get a chance, or is a way I could like post a link to the YouTube or whatever for y'all to be able to check it out. It called Trip to the Moon 1902, and they basically like laying down the blueprint, everything they're gonna do, and what we seeing now in 2021. They had everything planned out way back in 1902. So like once y'all see this, and you can see like how the indoctrination began, and it'll open your eyes, to a lot more, stuff that y'all probably thought y'all knew already, and it just like open up another layer, to what y'all already know.
Yeah, and actually, Levelist just posted it in the live stream voice text at 32 minutes past the hour, and looks like CI posted it in French as well. If
And which one?
in French.
He posted it where?
Oh, in the live stream voice text. So right above this room, you see the live stream. There's a voice text that goes along with it. I can ping you in
Yeah, I
it
see
if
it.
it's easier for you. Or did you find it?
No, I found it.
Okay. Was there any other questions or things that you wanted to talk about, Felix? Felix, are you still there?
He's probably checking out that link.
Yeah. Oh, probably. I'm like, am I still here? Can anybody hear? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, hey, Callie. How's it going?
Going great. Just listening to you guys. Waiting for some Globers. That's nice.
Did you want to answer our question today, or did you just wake up?
What's the question?
If life was an RPG, what stat would you say is the most important? Or if you're not a gamer, what characteristic do you think is the most important to have?
Let me think about that for a second.
Okay, awesome.
I posted the link in the YouTube. I mean, like I posted the link to the YouTube in the voice text.
Uh, I wonder which voice text you posted in.
I would say insight is the most important
Oh,
because knowledge is important. But the drawback to insight is the more knowledge you acquire, the more crazier you'll go. Which is, I guess, what's going on with the whole mud flood, flat Earth, all this shit. Because to the normal people, we're absolutely batshit crazy to them because we have the real knowledge. But
Yeah, truth is a mug, whether you like it or not. I mean, it is what it is, right?
right.
yep. No, good answer. Thanks, California. Oh, he's
Did you see? Did you see what I wrote in chat? I said, "Hey, look, it's the French national flag." and it's the white flag. I'm
What's going on right now?
Oh, CI is having.
It's me being stupid.
Are you having
I
a
said,
seizure?
"Hey, look, it's the French national flag," and I posted white. I posted a white flag. I'm going to hell. Do you get it?
Just say you're having a seizure and then it's forgiven.
No, I'm not.
No, do it. Just say seizure and then they're like, oh, well, that makes a lot more sense.
Oh, Felix,
You're off the
posted
hook.
something.
Oh, there. Finally. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Put the link.
You see,
Listen, officer, I was in the middle of a grand mal seizure. Yeah.
You see, it's
Sorry, go
this.
ahead.
I don't like this idea of like identity politics kind of BS where people just say, "Oh, I have this label, so I'm immune to all criticism because I have this label." Like, there's so many things I could wave around, but I don't do that crap. Like, "Oh, I I have a developmental disability, so I'm off the hook." No, I'm not. Like, I'm a person. I'm responsible for my actions. Or, "Oh, I'm a LGBT, so I'm off the hook. Otherwise, you're being discriminated." Like, no. People aren't hating you because of your labels. People are hating you because of your behavior or actions. Right? So, like, I don't know. I don't know why I even said this tangent. It's just something that I constantly have to deal with as a university student. So if anyone else can relate, that's awesome.
It's going to happen, man. Universities are crazy. Emotional roller coasters.
Dude, I just hate the fact that I can't even speak my mind without it being called hate speech and getting shut down by the professor. Like, so any opinion that disagrees with the professor's hate speech, I'm just supposed to agree to, like, communism and
Against the way
anti-religion?
they're going to define hate speech as anything that they don't want to hear, and that's what you get with nebulous categories that shift their definition as
Yeah.
the person.
It's precious metals for another 20 minutes. I'm so sorry.
We gotta mute the moderators.
No, I'm not gonna mute him. I trust Meadowlark.
Bro, don't do it.
I'm not. This will be like our last PMT for like 2021, by the way. We're taking a break from the program. I don't like the word program because then it sounds like we're like controlling people or mind controlling. Event. There we go. Precious metals event.
Yeah. Weekly event. Yep.
I got a question.
Yep.
Did I miss it, or did you already talk to Mitchell, VC?
Mitchell.
Mitchell did answer when I tried to get him to talk before.
Yeah.
But maybe he's there now. Mitchell, are you there?
Welcome to the server. Welcome to the server. That's cringe. Sorry.
He's never unmuting now.
You see, okay, so this is like a musical reference that only like a select few people get. But like, usually I would be like, oh, I'm sorry, it's my fault. But you know what? It's not my fault. Props to those who get it. For those who don't get it, it's a song I'm working on.
That's probably why I didn't get it.
And I tried everything to save you, but now there's nothing left. And I will miss you. That's like how the hook goes.
Who's it about? Do I already know?
No. Well, actually, yes.
Okay.
First person.
Got it.
First person, actually, that I DM'd you about.
Right.
It was all cryptic now. We don't even know.
Well, whatever.
Redford, you do know.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
No, it's not about Redford. What the fuck?
No.
Listen, I would never date a Canadian.
Whoa. A Canadian.
Do tell, eh?
Shots fired.
Eh? It's just not nice.
We put our boots on, dig up some roots.
Yeah, you're sorry you feel that way. See? We always apologize.
We say sorry. S-O-R-E-I-E. Sorry.
That's the highlight of tonight. That's the highlight of tonight. Oh my
I'm
god.
so sorry. Boots and roots. It's Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota. Fucking A, right? Sorry, go ahead.
What did Dave say? Sorry.
Just saying, I would have dated Shania Twain back in the 80s.
It sounds like you're a robot from the 80s. That makes sense.
Probably robot.
Just reconnect or something. Dave, where the fuck do you go all the time where your signal's going?
He goes to a place where questions get answered, and he comes back and he answers questions.
All right, no. They still got some more time left on the event, the show here. So just let it happen, Demok.
I feel bad about the comment I made earlier. Like, I didn't even comment about her age. I didn't comment about, like, my preference.
In common and age gap.
I didn't even comment on the personality. I just said Canadian.
It's a typical American response. There you go.
It's not my response. I'd say that.
Damn, I love my shotgun. I love my burger. I love my...
Oh my god.
And
fucking corny.
God bless.
So corny.
Is that Steven Crowder, Donato? Who is that?
Oh, who is that guy? Is he an actor, that guy? Oh, what's that show? Parks and Recreation? Is it that guy?
Oh, so that's why my friend named the bike Parks and Rec. We were doing like this business simulation. And
Did you say Disney?
Yeah. She named the bike Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Oh.
And like, yeah. And I think we had like Slothmore or something, like some Zootopia reference for the other recreational bike because it's slow.
I'm lost on 100% of this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For some reason, like, my song The Fakes came into my head. So now that's stuck in my head. I'm so tired. I did not sleep well at all. So I'm like 75% awake. But like the other 25% of like my subconscious is like floating around me and I'm just like grabbing it.
Just let it go, man. Let it find its own equilibrium in its medium.
I'm glad that you were able to join us, though. That you were able to, yeah.
Just because the object doesn't interact with the medium, or the object is interacting with the there's some argument that goes like that. It's like for Cavendish.
Yeah.
It's something like that. I'm so tired.
See, I don't have an excuse. I'm not tired.
Remember, the best way to advance in life is in 2021 is to come up with as many excuses as you can, and eventually your boss will have to be forced to feel sympathetic for you and give you a free pass.
Let me tell you something. That's kind of a thing that you can use your whole life. It's been around since at least the 80s.
I don't want it to exist, but that's just how it is. Like, oh, you didn't get the job? Well, I'm disabled. Now you're disabled phobic or whatever.
Oh,
ableist. No. Oh,
yeah.
no.
He's disabled, but he's brilliant. What the fuck do we do?
Rain Man moment.
I have a question.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do y'all believe in like dimension and time traveling, like going through different portals and stuff like that?
So that's like kind of on the realm of speculation. I personally actually do. That is something I believe in. Like, I think the anime Steins Gate and Full Metal Alchemist actually have a lot of truth to them. I think that's reality. However, that's more speculation and my personal belief, and I am in the minority in that. Most people in this server do not hold that belief. Most people on the flat earth side of things, like ourselves, do not believe in that sort of thing. So hopefully that answers your question.
That's true. I would try. I play chess. Like I'm real bullish on playing chess, and I was just trying to like figure everything out, trying to like solve like the puzzle or whatever. And I was just looking at the Travis Scott thing. It seemed like they was like you say speculation, whatever. But and like when people was dying or whatever, I was just saying like or they souls going through like the dimension, because they got to sacrifice human life for the elite to be able to keep up. I don't know like the right term to use, but I understand. So it's just it's hard for me to explain it.
Let me tell you quickly how I feel about it. It's a different side of the coin. Real quick, please. I have so I really want to believe in time travel, but I don't have any evidence personally myself that it's real. So thanks.
Personally, the way I see it, and I really don't want this to open up a discussion, but because I know people are going to disagree with me. I'm not saying this is fact. This is my personal belief. Okay? I'm not going to assert this as fact. I would never use this in a debate because I cannot prove this. Now that disclaimer is out of the way. The way I see it is the reason the elite are controlling the center and the Tree of Life, which they have possibly maybe recreated. I don't know. But I feel like around the Tree of Life, there's like floating numbers, essentially. And basically, a certain combination of numbers represents the reality we're in. And every decision represents a different number. And between like 0 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 3 are different like attractor fields that represent like major decisions. And it's basically a convergence point for very important major decisions or historical events. So it's very hard to change those. But for the smaller stuff, like with the numbers floating around, I have a feeling that the elite have found a way to control it, and they're the only ones who remember when world lines shift. That's just my crazy ass opinion, though. Most people in the server are not on the same boat, and that is just my opinion.
Do you think what you just said? You think it has something to do with the CERN thing that they created?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
I think the Tree of Life would be like liquid. You know how they say the fountain of youth?
Yep, I think it's real.
It would be the liquid of life, and I think it's everywhere. All the liquid, all the water, all the aquifers, all the underneath, all water connected at a certain wherever it connects.
Well, the Fountain of Youth is real. I don't know if you've ever read Politica by Plato, but he actually talks about when we die, we're like reincarnated and we have to drink from like this water type of thing to forget things. I think that's the Fountain of Youth. And the more you drink, the more you forget. So if you have just a little taste, then you remember everything and you know the good. And there you go, you're embodied or whatever. But that's just, like I said, that's just my belief. I'm not asserting anything.
Hey, when you go there, take me. Cool?
That's just my belief, though. I'm not asserting this as fact. I don't like to open up about this often because I really love everyone here, and I honestly hate arguing with people in our community because I love people too much.
I think it's worth noting that a lot of these things that we talk about that are in the realm of speculation that could be true, could not be true, but fall into the category of unverified. I think it's worth noting that if we can get more people, like 4% or so, to openly acknowledge that the Earth is flat and stationary, and maybe get some political movement behind overturning the Antarctic Treaty and the Arctic Treaty, among many other things, then we could verify these things. They wouldn't be unverified all the time.
I like that. I'm with that. Mm-hmm.
Did that answer your question, though, Felix? Sorry if
I just be wanting to, hear other people's opinion, takes on it, and eventually, like, the truth will come out. And how long do you think? I know we are nodded to the fact that the world is flat, but as long as they have like the school system, from kindergarten through 12th grade, they're gonna always keep indoctrinating the kids because that's where it starts, from indoctrinating the kids from birth. So how long do you think that it would take for us to really, really, really reach the massive people to let them know? I mean, for the world or the planet to know that we're not living on the globe. I know we came a long way, but we still have like a long, long, long way to go.
Just tell everyone you walk by, the Earth is flat and stationary. Smile at them. That's what I do every day.
It's a good one. That one really just smacks them right in the teeth there.
People go against their own senses. Like, you don't feel like you moving. It's just crazy. Like, people were arguing. I'm sorry, my phone was ringing. Oh. Sorry about that. My phone was ringing.
That's okay. You can continue.
But yeah. It's just crazy how people go against their own senses just to go by belief that they teach you in school. It's crazy. I mean, I was fooled before too, but when like I lost like major girlfriends. Like, I had a good girlfriend, and I was trying to tell her like the Earth is flat, and she went open up to it. Like, it's crazy though. Like, I know I can't expect everyone to like to think the way I do, but if I'm telling you I love you and I won't lie to you, and you can do your own research. Don't listen to what I tell you. Do your own research, and you still don't do your own research, and I guess you just comfortable, in the control. I figure that's what it is. People just comfortable and they like being controlled instead of being.
So I feel like they need us to give them a reason to listen to us. I think a lot of them are asking of us, well, you're going to go against the official narrative? Well, who the fuck are you? Give me a damn good reason to believe you.
But even if you do have a good reason, right, or evidence, why is it? Maybe it's a simple answer. I don't know. Why is it that the people that we're closest to, they don't believe us when we try to tell them?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
you need to. Sorry, you can go.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I like, it's crazy. It's just killing me inside. Like, okay, I'm close to you, and I spent a lot of time and research on this proof, and you still don't want to believe me, and like your feelings don't even tell you what you believe is true. Like, I don't know. I guess I get a little bit too emotional.
I'm right there with you, brother. Absolutely. Yep. Well said.
And that's kind of the unfortunate part too, right? Like you're saying with an ex-girlfriend, like, it's so frustrating because they could hear it from somebody else, right? And that might help them along. But yeah, why is it when you love somebody, they don't want to hear it from you? It's really interesting. But it is frustrating.
The law of equivalent exchange. This is the sacrifice we've made for a very important piece of knowledge. I've lost, many good friends in my pursuit of curiosity. I think we've all paid our toll to reach this gate. And it sucks, and it's not fair, but I think I personally made the right decision. Maybe it's just the creator's filtering process to tell me I shouldn't be around those people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Those lessons you gotta learn.
I mean, you may have been saved, actually. Like, it's all about mindset. Like, you could have been saved from someone that maybe it wouldn't have worked.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of personalities get in the way and become cholesterol for relationships and hindrances to knowing empathy and truth.
And also lack of communication, I find, with a lot of people. They don't communicate
Yeah.
effectively, and
People suck at it more and more by the day. You're right.
so I'm all about communication. Just tell me what's going on. It'll just make it easier.
The hardest thing, man. Nobody wants to be vulnerable. Nobody.
I know.
I'll be vulnerable.
I know. I'm gonna pass that at this point because it's
Me
like,
too.
well, whatever. I am who I am, and it makes me more human. And people seem to relate better to that. Like when you're real, and I respect that when people can be real. So that's why I think, like, even see, like you were saying, because you're still young, and this is what I've learned, is that you see qualities that people have, right? And just as you get on in life, you learn these things and you grow and you figure out who you want to be, how you want to act.
The way I see it is, okay, balance is everything, right? So before I say this, I'm not invalidating anyone's feelings, okay? Before I say this, I feel like people who are always on guard, I feel very sad for those people because they prevented themselves from a certain aspect of being human. And I understand this because I'm on guard as well on certain things, and I need to learn to let that go because not everyone's going to be like the people I experienced before. And it's kind of unfair to hold a prejudice towards someone who may have a pure heart just because I met someone who didn't have a pure heart. And sometimes it's okay to not have your guard because that teaches you to learn from your own mistakes if you're someone like me who can't. Sometimes we have to learn that it's okay to be human. And if anyone tries to take that away from you, they have lost something you still have. Awkward silence.
That's just the way it is.
No, I was just saying, yeah. Humans are tricky, right? Because we are impressionable, right? We things that happen to us, we react, they become like our defense mechanism. So it is hard to unravel those things and to be vulnerable. I get that. But I think it comes with like you have to understand that okay, everybody's a human, everybody makes mistakes, they have flaws, and it's just like how do you communicate effectively with different people? Is a big thing. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling, so we can bring it back.
That's okay.
Whatever.
We don't hear enough from you.
I feel like all I've done is talk today.
I feel the same way. So that means we're actually even, because we're the hosts.
There you go. Perfect. Oh, we have the programmer. Are you there?
Actually, just because it's kind of dead air, and I think maybe we should give an opportunity for other conversations to start. Do you think we should end a little early?
We can, but if Spiral of Love is still around, I'd like to hear. I know he posted in the voice text his answer, but I'd like to hear more about that. So we can end it, and then if he's around, he can answer. Because I feel
okay. Well,
real quick, this my first time. This is my first time coming here. So do y'all have like a set time that y'all always go live or random?
I can explain that. So basically, this live stream is always on 24/7 all the time. And Helio actually runs that live stream. So once we end this PMT, you can talk to him more about that. Also, welcome to the server. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you enjoy it. But every Saturday, except for these next 3 weeks, Precious Metals Takeover is 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern every Saturday, or 12 to 2 Central.
Yes, thank you.
When you say precious metal, you talking about like gold and silver and stuff like that?
Okay, so Precious Metals Takeover, we say, is like gold and silvers, but in reality, that means everyone can speak except for mods. That's just the raw version of it. So this is a special program we do to help like people who don't usually speak or who are new to kind of have a magnifying glass. So you actually joined at a really good time because you're able to introduce yourself, ask questions that meant a lot to you, and I think that's awesome. So we really appreciate you coming here. Me and Redford usually host Precious Metals, but I was actually going to say as we wrap up PMT, this is the last Precious Metals of 2021. Me and Redford just we need to discuss some things and talk about the future of Precious Metals. Maybe even work on FEU a little bit.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And I'm gone. I have plans
on next week as well, so I'll be in a
so we're just not
for
gonna do
18 hours going to Florida. So it's just like we honestly feel like this is the best decision for not only us but also the community. So Tap just got here too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're actually wrapping up, so
And we can still he's still allowed to speak after. We'll allow
oh yeah, absolutely. My
I'll allow
favorite
it.
thing,
Yep.
my favorite thing from Precious Metals today. While the question was good, I feel bad because it didn't appeal to everyone. I really like the side conversations we had about like just real life, raising children, what that could mean for future generations, and even the little like religious side bit because it was pretty civil. That was pretty cool. Redford, what did you like about today's Precious Metal before we wrap up?
I just like the new people that came in. It's nice.
Yeah, Felix was cool.
Yeah, and Samurai or whatever he renamed himself to be. Met him yesterday, and he's into like health stuff too. So it's good. I'm glad that people are rejoining, coming back, and wanting to have these conversations. So that's always good.
Yeah, well, thank you for your words. Thank you for being honestly the best other host I could have.
Oh, thanks, see.
Couldn't have picked a better person, honestly.
Call a co-host.
And I actually, okay, before we wrap up, I actually dropped that term because Redford is my equal, and people are kind of getting the wrong idea, like co-host meaning like I'm above her, but like
you're her co-host. Yes, you're equal.
We're both hosts.
Co-hosting equal.
We don't need the word co-host though, because we're both hosts.
I just don't think it diminishes. I think it's more of a descriptive term, but I could be wrong, and I don't want to go against your opinions
no, it's okay.
on it because that would be irresponsible and rude.
You're okay, dude. Don't worry. Anyway, This is the last Precious Metals of 2021. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We will see you in the future.
Thank you for all of your hard work, C and Redford.
Thank you. And
thank Redford.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Moderators, admins, y'all can unmute. Precious Metals is now officially concluded for the rest of 2021. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Are we still precious even though it's the last one? Or what do we got to do now?
You guys will always be precious.
What was that spiral of love? Did you want to answer the question? Did you want to... Or we passed that? I feel bad for sure.
Yeah. So I said creativity and willpower. I couldn't really decide between them.
Right.
And
So
I think they go together really well because with the right amount of creativity and the right amount of willpower, you can get through any situation.
That's awesome. I agree.
I dig it. Just don't call it evolution.
Yeah. Okay, so like one show I watched when I was growing up was Avatar: The Last Airbender, and like in the finale when he fights Ozai, one of the things he learns how to do is how to bend light. So basically becomes like refracts. Okay. Anyway, so he has light bending.
Which is impossible, so
Well, yeah, because he can like bend the elements like earth, fire, water, air. The Avatar can do all of that. It's not the same Avatar.
He's gravity. Sorry.
No. And at the end he learns how to bend light, and they say that only one with a pure heart and strong will can bend light. Otherwise, light will turn into darkness and corrupt his soul. And then it shows like him like slowly changing to red, except for here's something interesting. One of his eyes is blue, then suddenly it lights up, and then everything turns blue, and it's revealed that he has a pure heart, soul, and strong willpower. And then he uses his light bending to take away Ozai's bending, because Ozai basically tried to take over the world and enslave people.
Isn't there a new Avatar movie coming out? Like a live action?
Different Avatar, but yes.
Yeah, is it already out? Or because I was wanting to watch it.
Not sure. Are we talking about Avatar like the blue people or Avatar: The Last Airbender? Because there are two.
I'm talking about The Last Airbender. But
oh wait, you know that show?
I do too. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I think they're having a live action movie coming out.
Oh yeah, they do. Helio, how do you know about that show? Also, it's not out yet.
I have a child. He was into that shit when he was a kid. So
dude, me too. It was so good. I liked Toph because she was a badass, and she wasn't afraid to just shove a rock in someone's face. And also, like, even though she had a disability, right? She was blind. She didn't take shit from anybody. She didn't want people's pity. Like, she just acted herself, which was like a really good role model.
Blind people are cooler than normal people.
See, you think I'm a geek? I mean, come on, man.
I am.
Yeah, me too. I fucking own that shit. I'm a geek.
Avatar: The Last Airbender was like so good. That was my childhood.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show, man. I mean, I loved watching it with my child. So it's like, yeah.
It had a lot of adult themes. Like, remember Bossing Say, how they're like, nothing bad happens in Bossing Say. There is no war in Bossing Say. Like, that reminds me of like the CCP. Like, they even had, like, Dailies, like, brainwash people if they said the wrong things. It was like a dystopian state, dude. That was in a kid's show.
Wow. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Book 2, yeah. Earth Kingdom, Bossing Say. Like, not even the king. Like, this was really interesting. Like, they even showed bureaucracy, because not even the king knew that there was a war with the Fire Nation. He was being lied to by the chief of police, and the chief of police was keeping secrets from the king. And the king said, well, my chief of police won't lie to me. And the Avatar was like, yes, he is. Here's the evidence. This dude is lying to you.